Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into a place that is, I mean, it's so much more than just a destination.
Oh, absolutely. It's a landscape with a story.
It's this profound collision of human history and really radical geology. We're talking, of course, about the Mexico Mayan Riviera.
And this is exactly the kind of territory where a deep dive becomes essential.
Yeah.
You know, our listener is looking for that knowledge shortcut.
The real story behind the pictures.
Exactly, that thorough, foundational insight that moves them well beyond the standard travel brochure. Our mission here is to extract the essential story of this region.
And it really is a story of convergence.
A powerful one. Ancient legacy, a very specific geology, and, of course, modern tourism all layered on top of each other.
Absolutely. And geographically, I think we need to be precise about what we're analyzing here. We're focusing on that stunning, sun-drenched stretch of Caribbean coastline on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula.
Right.
This corridor, it extends approximately 80 miles. It really starts just south of the massive infrastructure of Cancun. And it runs south past Playa del Carmen through the famously bohemian town of Tulum. And then it finally dissolves into this vast, ecologically critical expanse.
The Sian Ka'an Biosphere Reserve.
Exactly.
And what's fascinating here is how the source material immediately establishes this region as a vibrant tapestry, and that's the perfect phrase for it. It's woven from two really immutable forces.
Okay, what are they?
On one side, you have the enduring legacy of the ancient Maya. I mean, a civilization that reached astonishing intellectual and architectural heights in the pre-Columbian world.
And on the other?
On the other, you have the dazzling biodiversity and this unique hydrological system that's created by the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and the Yucatan's porous limestone foundation.
So if we're truly going deep, we really need to look beyond the resorts and the beaches.
We have to.
We have to understand how the unique composition of the bedrock, the stone itself, influenced the civilization that settled there.
And not just influenced, but dictated.
Right. And how those ancient decisions still impact the ecosystem and the economy today.
Precisely. We are analyzing a place that is defined by its foundation. We need to look at the limestone, understand the constraints it imposed, and then appreciate how the Maya didn't just survive those constraints, they leveraged them.
They thrive.
They leveraged them to build one of the world's most sophisticated societies.
Okay, so let's start there with that crucial geological fact mentioned in the sources. The entire Yucatan Peninsula has this massive secret, and it's characterized by porous limestone bedrock. Now, a lot of people might know that, but why does this specific type of rock matter so much to the story of the Maya Riviera?
It matters because of a process called karst topography. It's everything. The Yucatan is essentially a massive flat slab of porous limestone.
Which was once a reef, right? The sea floor.
Exactly. The floor of an ancient sea, later exposed and fractured over geological time. And because limestone is soluble in weak acids, and you have to remember, rainwater, even mildly, is acidic, this has created a huge dynamic internal plumbing system over millions of years.
So unlike land masses where you see rivers on the surface, this region channels all of its water underground.
That's it. That's the key. The consequence is that instead of streams and rivers on the surface, you have the world's largest known underground river systems.
Wow.
Systems like Sac-Acton and Dos Ojos. And we're not talking about small streams. These are immense, interconnected, flooded cave networks that can span hundreds of miles.
And the cenotes.
The cenotes are simply the points where the limestone roof has collapsed, weakened over time, and it just gives way, exposing that cool, clear groundwater below.
That structural reality, the complete lack of surface water, that has to be the absolute pivot point for the entire civilization, doesn't it?
It is. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the geology of the karst system dictated the very shape of the Maya civilization in the Yucatan.
Every single major city.
Every single one, from Chichen Itza to Coba, they were all situated around these access points to fresh water. Since only the cenotes provided reliable year-round access, control over those specific natural features became synonymous with political and, survival power.
That immediately elevates the importance of the cenote. It wasn't just a watering hole. It was the entire infrastructure of their society.
Yeah.
All concentrated to one single vulnerable spot.
It did. The Maya were an incredibly sophisticated pre-Columbian society. They excelled in everything from mathematics. I mean, they independently created the concept of zero to astronomy and architecture. But their ability to sustain large populations was fundamentally tied to these geological features. Their engineers had to devise some ingenious systems like cisterns and channeling to collect and store rainwater during the wet season. But the cenotes, they were the backbone, the only guarantee.
Their cities are silent testaments to their ingenuity, as the source material puts it, but they are also testaments to their profound dependence on that underground water. It's staggering to think about the intellectual achievements happening here. Precision astronomy, complex calendars, all while their daily survival relied on these, well, unpredictable sinkholes.
And that dependence is precisely what turned a geological necessity into a sacred concept. That's the leap. Cenotes became far more than just water sources.
They were elevated.
They were elevated to sacred portals for the Maya. They were seen as direct connections to the underworld, to Xibalba,
The realm of the dead?
the realm of the dead, and crucially, the realm of the rain gods, most notably Chiak. Without Chiak, there was no rain, no life.
So when a modern traveler swings in a cenote today, they are quite literally entering a space that was, for the ancient Maya, highly ritualistic and, I'd imagine, probably quite terrifying.
I think so, yes. That reverence shaped their entire spiritual life. Because the surface world was so dry and the water was hitting beneath their feet, the cenote became the primary point of communication between the earthly realm and the divine.
It was their church.
In a way. And this is why archaeologists have found such rich evidence of ceremonies and offerings, sometimes even sacrificial, in the depths of these pools. It lends this deep, almost inescapable spiritual dimension to every city and temple built near one.
It's a different way of thinking about a landscape.
It is. The Maya didn't just build on the land, they integrated the landscape's secrets right into their cosmology.
Okay, so moving from that foundation to the structures themselves, the sources highlight three major sites that give us a really comprehensive view of Maya power in this region: Tulum, Coba, and of course, Chichen Itza.
The big three.
And each site is a distinct case study, really, in how the Maya expressed their power and responded to that very unique environment.
We should probably begin with Tulum. It's perhaps the most visually famous purely because of its dramatic setting.
The Tulum archaeological site is just uniquely situated. It's atop a 12-meter, that's almost 40-foot cliff overlooking this impossibly vibrant Caribbean Sea. It's the visual you see everywhere, that blending of history with natural beauty. So what does this location tell us about its purpose?
Its positioning is key. Unlike the older inland classical cities, Tulum was a late post-classic site. It thrived much later, between about 1200 AD and the arrival of the Spanish.
So its function was different.
Completely different. It wasn't built for agricultural dominance. It was built for mercantile power. It was a walled city, a major port, perfectly positioned for coastal trade. It acted as a crucial node in the network that stretched all the way from Honduras up to the Gulf of Mexico.
And the centerpiece, the building you always see in the photos, El Castillo, the castle, it served more than just a ceremonial function.
Oh, absolutely. While it was certainly ceremonial, El Castillo also functioned as a surprisingly sophisticated navigational beacon.
The lighthouse.
Essentially, yes. Imagine a ship approaching the coast at night. The structure is situated directly above a natural opening in the barrier reef.
A break in the coral.
A critical break. And there is very strong evidence that a light source, perhaps a torch or a fire, was positioned in the window openings of the upper temple. This would allow sailors to align their approach and safely navigate through the reef system, especially at dusk or dawn.
Wow.
So it stands as this beacon of Maya ingenuity, marrying architecture, astronomy, and just pure practical engineering. It offers one of the region's most famous vistas while telling a story of economic resilience.
It's such a powerful contrast. The coastal trade-focused power of Tulum. But to understand the older inland might, we have to shift our perspective deep into the jungle.
To the expansive ruin site of Coba.
Exactly.
Coba represents a totally different era and a different form of power. It was a powerhouse during the classic period, and it was defined by its sheer size.
So while Tulum specialized in trade,
Coba specialized in administration, agriculture, and logistical control over a massive inland area.
its defining feature has to be Nahuatl. It's one of the tallest pyramids in the entire Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah.
And the sources emphasize that visitors can still climb its 120 steps for this commanding view of the surrounding jungle.
Yes, they can.
What insight does that access give a modern visitor? climbing those steps.
When you reach the top of Nahokmal, you don't just see jungle, you see the topographical reality that these rulers controlled. You realize just how flat the Yucatan is, and you see this dense, unbroken canopy of green that hid vast managed agricultural zones and satellite communities.
So you're seeing what they saw.
You're getting their perspective. It allows you to feel the scale of their empire and the kind of authority that would be required to manage it all.
And the size of that empire is truly underscored by the infrastructure that the sources detail. These ancient stone causeways, the sakbis, that sounds like far more than just jungle pathways.
Oh, a sakbi reveals a political centralization and an engineering sophistication on par with other ancient empires. I mean, these roads were major public works.
So they were raised.
They were raised, often several feet above the surrounding terrain to avoid flooding. They were constructed using crushed white limestone plaster, which would have glowed in the moonlight.
Incredible.
And they were designed to run dead straight through the dense, challenging terrain of the jungle. No curves, just straight lines of power.
Why such a massive investment in that kind of infrastructure?
Because they served absolutely vital functions: swift communication, military movement, and the transport of essential goods, particularly agricultural products, back to the central metropolitan core of Coba.
They're evidence, then.
They are clear evidence of a highly organized state capable of mobilizing immense labor for massive public works. The longest known sakbe runs over 60 miles from Coba all the way to Yaxuna, a direct logistical connection that hints at large-scale controlled political and economic activity.
So they weren't just roads.
They were instruments of state control, much like the Roman roads were for their empire.
Okay, so we've analyzed the mercantile strength of Tulum and the administrative, almost agricultural power of Coba. The final piece of this trifecta requires a longer day trip, but it's essential for context. Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. It's globally recognized as a New World wonder, and while it sits slightly outside the immediate Riviera corridor, its influence and its legacy are, well, they're foundational to understanding the region's culture. We have to focus on the magnificent Kukulkan Pyramid.
Also known as El Castillo, the castle.
Right.
The sources highlight its function as a showcase of the Mayas' astronomical prowess, particularly during the equinoxes. We're talking about a level of mathematical and architectural precision that is still stunning to us today.
The structure itself is a physical calendar. I mean, think about this.
Yeah.
The pyramid has 4 sides, each with 91 steps.
91.
You add the single platform at the very top, and that totals 365. The number of days in the Maya solar calendar, the Hab.
That can't be a coincidence.
Not a chance. But the true genius is the interplay of light and shadow. During the spring and fall equinoxes, the specific angle of the setting sun hits the northwest corner of the structure.
And this creates the famous serpent illusion.
Exactly. The interplay of light and shadow on those step terraces creates this visual illusion of a massive feathered serpent, Kukulkan, descending or ascending the northern staircase.
And it only happens on those 2 days of the year.
Lasting precisely the duration of the equinox. This was a powerful statement. It cemented the political and religious power of the rulers by demonstrating their apparent control over the cosmic cycles.
Right.
It's an integration of mythology, science, and engineering that few civilizations have ever matched.
So we have these specialized powers: coastal trade, inland logistics, and astronomical mastery. But the sources are very careful to stress that this civilization isn't just about the ruins. It's a living part of the region's culture.
That distinction is vital. It shifts the narrative from pure archaeology to anthropology. The legacy of the Maya is not confined to the stone relics. It continues to thrive in the language, the traditions, and the people of the Yucatan today.
And for the modern visitor who's seeking that deeper connection, how does that living heritage actually manifest itself? Where can you find it?
Well, I think the most profound way is through direct engagement with contemporary Maya communities and specifically participating in some of the traditional practices. The source mentions the Temascal.
The pre-Hispanic sweat lodge ceremony.
Exactly. And this isn't just cultural window dressing. It's a deep, ritualistic practice that's been preserved for centuries.
Let's elaborate on the Temascal. What is a traveler actually experiencing when they participate in this kind of ceremony?
It's a purification ritual at its core. The Temascal structure itself is typically dome-shaped, and that symbolizes the womb of the Earth Mother, or the goddess Tatiuanan. Volcanic rocks are heated outside in a fire and then brought inside into the darkness. They're then doused with water and herbal infusions, things like rosemary or rue, creating this intense cleansing steam and heat in absolute darkness.
And it's guided.
The entire ceremony is guided by a Temascalero who chants, sings, and directs the ritual, connecting participants to the four elements and the four directions of the Maya cosmos.
That's a world away from a typical spa treatment.
Completely.
It offers a tangible and embodied link to the cosmology that built these pyramids and revered those cenotes.
It does. It directly connects the physical remains of the past, the limestone architecture, with the spiritual, living practices of the present. It's a visceral reminder that the history here is still breathing and evolving within its ancestral homeland.
It offers an immersion that's far deeper than just looking at old stones.
Exactly.
Okay, so we transition now from the monumental structures built in the limestone to the equally monumental structures created by the limestone.
Back to the water.
We return to the watery wonders beneath the surface, specifically the cenotes. We know their geological origin, but we need to dive into the specifics of the modern experience.
We established that they were sacred portals to Xibalba for the ancient Maya, the ultimate source of both water and, frankly, fear.
Right.
For the modern traveler, they are premier destinations for swimming, snorkeling, and cave diving, but the experience is incredibly varied.
How varied are we talking? Are there distinct categories of cenotes a traveler might encounter?
Yes, the sources show us there are essentially three main types, and they're defined by how far the ceiling has collapsed over time.
Okay.
First, you have the open-air pools, like the picturesque Cenote Azul. These are often fully exposed to the sun, which allows for lush vegetation to grow right down to the edges. They feel very much like a natural, vibrant swimming hole. They're highly accessible, great for families.
Then you move into the semi-open and the cavern cenotes.
Correct. The semi-open ones still have part of their roof intact. This allows these shafts of light to penetrate the water, creating that magical, dramatic spotlight effect you often see in photographs. But the true immersion comes from the cavern cenotes, which are almost entirely subterranean. We're talking about famous places like Dos Ojos Two Eyes or Rio Secreto.
The source material notes that snorkeling through a cenote surrounded by stalactites and stalagmites is a defining experience of the Riviera Maya. What makes that geology so powerful inside the caverns?
It is geology-made art, and it's preserved in near-perfect conditions. You are swimming amidst millennia-old formations. The stalactites hanging from the ceilings and the stalagmites rising from the floor are formed by the slow, patient dripping of mineral-laden water.
For thousands of years.
Exactly. And crucially, in places like Dos Ojos, divers can experience the halocline.
What's that?
It's this visible, sort of blurry, shimmering layer in the water where the fresh cenote water on top meets the heavier, warmer salt water flowing in from the ocean far below. It's a surreal optical effect that reminds you that this entire system is connected to the sea. It's not isolated.
And Rio Secreto being dramatically illuminated, that seems to enhance that ethereal, almost alien environment. It really must highlight the scale of these underground rivers.
It does. It allows visitors who might not be certified cave divers to safely witness the complexity and the scale of the subterranean world. You know, when you consider that stalactites only grow about an inch every 100 to 150 years,
That's incredible.
you realize you're swimming through architectural features that are hundreds of thousands of years old. The power of the experience is in its geological timeline.
So we've explored the freshwater secrets beneath the surface. Now we need to turn our gaze offshore to the equally vast marine world that runs parallel to the coast, the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef system.
This is a colossal natural marvel. It's often known as the Great Mayan Reef, and it is the second largest coral reef system in the entire world.
The second largest?
It stretches nearly 700 miles, running from the tip of the Yucatan down past Belize and Guatemala. Its impact on the region's climate, its biodiversity, and its coastal stability is immense.
It's described as a vibrant underwater world, a paradise for divers and snorkelers. What specific ecosystem details stand out in the sources?
It's an astonishingly complex biome. We're talking about vibrant, hard, and soft coral formations that provide habitat for over 500 species of fish.
500.
Parrotfish, angelfish, snapper, you name it. It's a critical nursery and feeding ground for several species of sea turtles green, loggerhead, and hawksbill, and even manatees.
And it serves a structural purpose, too.
A huge one. The reef acts as a massive natural wave breaker. It protects the fragile coastline from severe erosion and storm damage, which is absolutely vital for the very beaches that fuel the tourism industry.
And the easy access to this marine world is a major part of the appeal.
Definitely. Towns like Puerto Morelos, which is situated almost exactly halfway between Cancún and Playa del Carmen, have strategically focused on reef access. They feature the National Reef Park, which is a protected marine area where regulations ensure conservation while allowing for accessible, responsible exploration. This focused effort is key to the sustainability of this natural resource.
And for the truly awe-inspiring encounter, the sources highlight the seasonal possibility of swimming with majestic whale sharks.
This is the pinnacle of the marine experience here. The whale shark is the largest fish in the sea, but it's a gentle filter feeder, a gentle giant. They congregate seasonally, typically from May to September. They're drawn to the enormous plankton blooms that occur near the northern tip of the Yucatan.
That sounds like an intimidating yet, well, peaceful encounter.
It's entirely regulated to ensure the well-being of the animals. Visitors are usually required to maintain a specific distance, boats are limited, no touching, to share the water with a creature that can measure up to 40 feet long, swimming placidly as it feeds.
Wow.
It's an experience that puts you directly in touch with the larger, powerful marine cycles of the planet. It's a privilege, really, not just another tourist activity.
Okay, so the sources reveal that the genius of the Mexico Mayan Riviera is its ability to offer drastically different experiences within this 80-mile radius.
It really is a corridor of contrasts.
The corridor of contrasting yet harmonious elements.
And we can see this best by looking at the specific character of the three major coastal areas, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Sian Ka'an. Each one offers a completely different proposition to the traveler.
Let's begin with the region's cosmopolitan pulse, Playa del Carmen. It's the story of a dramatic evolution from what was once a sleepy fishing village to the energetic, modern heart of the Riviera.
And the speed of that transformation is remarkable. Playa del Carmen is defined by one thing, really, La Quinta Avenida, or Fifth Avenue.
The main drag.
It's the central artery, a continuous, non-stop pedestrian thoroughfare that stretches for miles. It's the engine of the city's kinetic energy.
It's where you find the global brands, the high-end boutiques, the gourmet restaurants, lively bars, a constant rotation of street performers. It's built for those who thrive on urban energy and convenience.
And beyond the nightlife and the shopping, Playa del Carmen's geographical position makes it a critical logistical base. It hosts the main ferry service over to Cozumel.
And we can't really discuss Playa del Carmen without mentioning Cozumel.
Not if you're a diver. It's essential for divers globally. The currents there create these incredible drift diving opportunities along the western side, especially at sites like Palancar Reef, which is famous for its deep walls and huge coral heads.
So Playa offers the energy and the infrastructure.
It offers the energy and the infrastructure to launch into these world-class marine adventures.
Okay, so if Playa del Carmen is kinetic, then Tulum represents the complete counterpoint. It offers a dramatically different atmosphere, bohemian chic and rustic luxury.
The sources establish a very conscious contrast here. Tulum has cultivated this distinctly laid-back vibe. It's moved beyond just its famous cliffside ruins to become a hub for wellness tourism.
Right.
It's known for its eco-boutique hotels, yoga retreats, and a general ethos of sustainable practices and holistic living.
It's the place that really redefined rustic luxury, often at some very premium prices.
Exactly. And within Tulum itself, you have a crucial geographical distinction that you need to understand. The beachfront strip, often called the hotel zone, is where you find those high-end cabanas, restaurants, and wellness centers. They're designed to blend seamlessly into the environment.
And it feels very off the grid.
It can. This area often runs on limited power, sometimes just generators, and it promotes that slow-paced, holistic lifestyle.
But the town center, Tulum Pueblo, offers a different vibe entirely.
A completely different world. Tulum Pueblo is where you find a more authentic slice of local life, traditional Mexican eateries, local markets, the everyday bustle of a community that isn't entirely oriented towards tourism.
So the traveler has a choice.
You can choose between high-end, exclusive serenity on the beach or the more grounded local immersion in the Pueblo. This dual identity really defines the modern Tulum experience.
And for those seeking true escape from both the cosmopolitan buzz and, frankly, the bohemian price tag, the ultimate destination for tranquility and untouched nature lies at the southern end, the Sian Ka'an Biosphere Reserve.
This is the essential experience for the ecologically minded traveler and really a testament to Mexico's conservation efforts. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Sian Ka'an is fiercely protected.
And the name.
The name itself, meaning origin of the sky in the Maya language, it just speaks to its breathtaking, pristine quality. It's a vast area of wetlands, mangroves, lagoons, and jungles.
What defines the experience here then, given the restrictions on development?
It's entirely focused on low-impact interaction and profound tranquility. Activities center on birdwatching, wildlife spotting, including elusive jaguars, and just a diverse array of avian life and exploring untouched beaches.
And the sources highlight one experience as utterly unique.
Floating through ancient Maya canals in the mangroves.
Floating through ancient infrastructure. That's a powerful connection back to Coba and the sack beds.
It connects the natural environment right back to the historical. The Maya engineered these canals millennia ago to connect inland lagoons to the sea, which facilitated travel and trade.
And today?
Today, tourists can use the naturally slow current of the water to just passively float through the mangroves, witnessing the wildlife, appreciating the ecological complexity, all while traveling on the very waterways that formed the ancient logistics network.
It sounds like raw, intentional, slow adventure.
It is.
That juxtaposition is fantastic.
Oh.
Raw adventure in Sian Ka'an versus the highly polished, curated experience offered by the final category, the structured adventure.
Right, the eco-archaeological parks.
The big ones.
This is a major and very popular component of the modern Riviera Maya appeal. It's embodied by the major park options like Xcaret, Azha, and Explore. They appeal to families and travelers who want their adventure delivered efficiently and safely.
So they essentially package wrap the natural geography for high-energy fun.
They do it brilliantly. They take the unique natural features, the underground rivers, the cenotes, the jungle canopy, and they make them highly accessible and, well, thrilling.
And the source material details these comprehensive activities that leverage the geography.
Swimming through underground rivers, rappelling safely into massive cenotes, and ziplining high over the canopy, which offers these incredible aerial views of the jungle.
And they bridge that gap between adrenaline and culture, ensuring the experience isn't purely about thrills.
Absolutely. Beyond the physical adventures, these parks host spectacular, large-scale cultural performances that celebrate Mexican heritage.
Like what?
Think elaborately choreographed shows detailing the history of the country, or a reenactment of the ancient Maya bowl game. They provide a comprehensive, entertaining, and highly curated experience.
Offering a stark, convenient contrast to the quiet, navigationally complex wilderness of Sian Ka'an.
Exactly, something for every style.
A deep dive requires a taste of the region, and the sources make it very clear that the Mexico Mayan Riviera offers an exquisite gastronomy that is deeply rooted in its own history.
The local cuisine is a flavorful fusion. It blends the indigenous traditions of the Maya, which often rely on pit cooking and specific jungle spices, with contemporary Mexican influences that have been derived from millennia of trade and colonization. It's a deeply rooted, yet very dynamic culinary landscape.
We need to go beyond just listing dishes. What are the must-tries and what makes them so unique to the Yucatan Peninsula?
We have to start with the king of Yucatan cuisine, cochinita pibil.
Of course.
This is slow-roasted pork, but the process is as important as the ingredients. The meat is marinated traditionally in achiote paste, a spice derived from annatto seeds.
Which gives it that distinctive color.
That vibrant orange color, yes, and an earthy, slightly bitter flavor. And it's mixed with sour orange juice, which acts as a powerful tenderizer.
And the cooking technique is tied directly to the land itself.
It is. The word pibil means buried. Traditionally, the pork is wrapped in banana leaves and slow-cooked for hours in a pit oven dug into the ground.
An earth oven.
An earth oven. This ancient technique tenderizes the meat to an incredible degree and infuses it with those smoky, earthy flavors. It's a dish that directly connects the contemporary dining experience right back to the ancient agricultural and cooking practices of the Maya.
And given the proximity to the sea, the seafood must also be phenomenal.
It is. The second must-try is fresh seafood, chicken saikat style. This preparation also utilizes that achiote and citrus marinade, but it's applied to fish, typically a whole snapper or grouper. The fish is often wrapped in banana leaves and then baked or grilled, which steams the flavors into the flaky meat. The combination of the fresh Caribbean catch and that distinct Maya flavor profile is it's unmistakable.
And beyond those two.
We should also mention sopa de lima, the signature chicken and lime broth, and for our street snack, marquesitas, those rolled, crispy crepes filled with cheese, often Edam cheese. It's a quintessential local treat.
And this high-quality cuisine spans the entire dining spectrum, right? The sources note you can find world-class fine dining establishments in Playa del Carmen and Tulum.
Right next to simple beachfront palapas.
Exactly. Those open-sided huts serving the freshest ceviche and tacos.
The diversity ensures the culinary journey can be as rich and varied as the landscape itself. Whether you're seeking sophisticated molecular gastronomy or a quick, authentic street bite, the region provides a full-spectrum culinary experience. It reflects both the local ingredients and global influences perfectly.
Finally, let's look at the accommodations, the recharge component. The hospitality landscape is equally diverse, designed to mirror the specific vibes of the destinations we just discussed.
The lodging reflects that corridor of contrast perfectly. You have the massive, all-inclusive family resorts near Cancún and Playa del Carmen, offering every amenity you can possibly imagine.
Then what?
Then you have the intimate, adults-only luxury hotels catering to seclusion and high service. And finally, you have the charming, rustic beachfront cabanas that appeal specifically to that low-impact, sustainable ethos of the Tulum area.
And there seems to be a consistent design detail that ties the modern lodging experience back to the ancient context.
Yes, the source points out that many high-end accommodations intentionally incorporate the natural surroundings and Maya architectural motifs. This is a real commitment to ambiance.
It's more than just decor.
Much more. They utilize local materials like limestone, palapa thatch roofs, and these open-air concepts to enhance the immersive experience. The goal is to make the hotel feel like it grew out of the landscape, rather than simply sitting on top of it.
Reinforcing that profound sense of place that really defines the Riviera Maya.
Exactly.
What does this all mean? Our deep dive into the Mexico Mayan Riviera really confirms it is a destination that delivers on multiple, very complex levels. It's a place where, in a single day, one can begin by exploring a 1,000-year-old cliffside temple like Tulum, then spend the afternoon snorkeling through the crystal-clear geological artwork of a cavern cenote.
Right.
And then finish the evening with a gourmet meal based on 1,000-year-old Maya techniques.
The core theme remains that corridor of contrasting yet harmonious elements. You have the high-energy infrastructure of the modern world juxtaposed with the profound serenity of Sian Ka'an.
Deep history alongside vibrant modernity.
Exactly. Deep, complex history existing alongside a vibrant, evolving modernity. And all these layers, they're unified by the unique geography, that defining limestone foundation and the great Mayan Reef, and critically, by the ever-present warmth and richness of Mexican hospitality.
It's a region that demands engagement on multiple levels.
Intellectual, physical, and spiritual, yes.
It's an astonishing volume of experience packed into that relatively short 80-mile stretch. It truly is a shortcut to being well-informed about a location defined by its deep history and its geological secrets.
And this leads us to our final provocative thought. Something for you, the listener, to mull over as you process this deep and complex tapestry of history and nature. We've discussed in detail how the cenotes were the spiritual and physical lifeblood of the Maya. They were regarded not just as water sources, but as highly sacred gates to Xibalba, the dangerous underworld. They were sites of profound reverence and, in some cases, ritual sacrifice.
They were not simply swimming holes.
Exactly. So, given that ancient belief system, what does it mean for modern travelers to so casually swim, snorkel, and recreate in places the Maya regarded with such profound spiritual gravity?
That's a good question.
Does the massive scale of modern tourism inevitably alter the spiritual resonance of these historical sites, transforming sacred ceremonial spaces into commodified tourist attractions?
Or is there another way to look at it?
Or perhaps, does the sheer, undeniable beauty and power of the environment, the very act of experiencing the clear, silent water and the cavernous solitude, does that actually enhance our respect for and our connection to those deep, ancient beliefs?
A way of understanding it better.
Maybe. The stone remains, but the spiritual current of the underworld remains hidden, beckoning us to consider our own place within that history every time we dive in.